Oh, we're moving.
Whoa, here we go. What's up? Oh. See, that's the dinner train.
I'd love to do that, but like,
Look at the beautiful grass on it.
I know it's so pretty. But with the dinner train, it's one, it's very pricey, and two, I don't know what the menu is, so.
I do know that they should be breakfast.
Breakfast? I don't know, but it's a dinner train.
No, like for an appetizer. Like a soft pretzel. Like, you know, one of those big ones. Like the one that we get at Half Shop.
Surf Bridge Brewing Company. Yep. They open at 4.
Hey, when we get back, can we like go in the gift shop?
Yeah.
Yay!
Wow. Look at they tore up over there. Whoa. I guess it's flooded.
As our train departs Essex Station, we are about to embark on a journey to explore the lower Connecticut River Valley and a journey back in time. As we begin that journey, I would like to share with you some information about the train that you are riding on. Whether you realize it or not, you're riding aboard a living, breathing piece of history. Leading our train is a live coal-burning steam locomotive. Currently, the Valley Railroad has 3 coal-burning steam locomotives. The one leading our train today is locomotive number 40. This locomotive was built in 1920 by the American Locomotive Company at its Brooks Works in Dunkirk, New York.
Wow.
This engine spent most of its life in revenue freight service on the Aberdeen and Rockfish Railroad in North Carolina before being acquired by the Valley Railroad in 1978. 40 is over 100 years old, making it the oldest operating locomotive on the Valley and among one of the oldest operating steam locomotives anywhere in the world. Steam locomotives operate by burning fuel in the firebox to create heat. The heat then boils water into steam, which collects under pressure inside the boiler. The steam is then fed to a set of cylinders down at the front of the locomotive, where it pushes on a set of pistons connected to the driving wheels, which propels the locomotive and our train down the track. To control this power, 2 qualified crew members are in the cab of the engine, the engineer and fireman. The engineer runs the engine, and the fireman's job is to make the steam. Throughout today's operations, our firemen will shovel by hand approximately 2.5 to 3 tons of coal into the firebox, and our thirsty locomotive will evaporate over 6,000 gallons of water into pressurized steam. The passenger cars on our train are a mix of a first-class parlor car and coach cars. Our parlor car, the Great Republic, was built in 1930 by the Pullman Company for the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad, and it was used on its premier express train, the Yankee Clipper, which ran along the shoreline between Boston and New York City. The 500 and 600 series coaches were built in 1914 and 1915 by Pullman for the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad, where they were used in active commuter service out of the Hoboken Terminal in New Jersey.
How many times can you say you saw somebody high-end themselves on a railroad track and not wind up on the 6 o'clock news for having their car smashed?
Look at the way how that car is moving. It's like tilting to the left.
We all are. Don't forget, if we're making a rather large turn, they bank the turn so the train wouldn't fall over.
Our state capital, and south to Fenwick Point at the mouth of the Connecticut River in Old Saybrook. There, the railroad built an extensive roundhouse and turntable to service the locomotives. Today, you can still see the remains of the roundhouse that is now a part of our state park system. That park is now known as the Connecticut Valley Railroad Roundhouse State Park.
That
In
beautiful creek that goes
1882,
through that
the Valley
property.
Line was acquired by the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad, which was under the control of Connecticut native and financier J.P. Morgan. In addition to the railroad, the New Haven also acquired interest in the Riverboat steamer service, operating out of Milltown, Deep River, in New York City.
Oh, no, he was on
The
it.
freight and passenger service continued to operate, but on account of the Great Depression, passenger service on the Valley and the Riverboat steamer service came to an end in 1933. The New Haven continued to operate freight service on the Valley until 1969, when the line between Old Saybrook and Middletown was acquired by the state of Connecticut and is now leased to the current Valley Railroad Company. On
Oh, no,
July
they're gonna
29,
throw us off.
1971, coincidentally 100 years to the day of the line's original run, the Essex steam train made its first run from Essex to Deep River. On July 29, 2021, we celebrated our 50th anniversary and 150 years since the first revenue run on the original Connecticut Valley
Diabetic
Railroad.
blackout.
Oh! Oh my God!
What's that?
Diabetic blackout.
For what?
The guy on the tracks.
Oh, no.
I thought that GPS. I thought they just made a wrong turn. No, they frickin' nearly died. Now I feel bad.
What's it on the other side? The scenery's all over there.
I also feel bad too.
Oh God, we were making fun of it and everything.
Ooh, yes. Yeah. You need to go back.
Now I have to go back and apologize.
Like,
Just scream out, "I'm sorry! I didn't know!" Oh, cute little doggy in that car. Protect the babies. Fucking bullshit. Soma. I don't know.
just past the brewery.
What brewery?
We passed the brewery called the Rusty Rail Tavern.
Well, that's just a. That may not be a brewery. It's just a tavern. Tavern just means restaurant that serves beer.
Or alcoholic beverages. Wow, look at this floating here. That was bad. Oh man, looks like you had some interesting flooding too.
What's that?
Looks like you had some interesting flooding over there too. That creek looked a
Just
little
up in
high.
Haddam, they had 5 inches in 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yep. March. This is where you'll see your roots and stuff like that in England.
Now the leaves are starting to change.
Yeah.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Paul. I'm the conductor, and Peter was our narrator in middle training, and he does a fine job. But I do the dinner train a lot, and I have a whole different narration, so you're going to hear it right now. Okay, these waterways here, these are freshwater tidal estuaries, fresh water. There's no practice water here. And these estuaries, as well as the Connecticut River itself, they are on the list of last great places. So we're very fortunate to be able to show everyone that takes our train these areas which are on, which will be here for a long time. That purple flower you see, those are asters, A-S-T-E-R, asters. We have lots of wildlife here. If it's white, it's either a great white egret or a swan. And if you see one swan, you usually see a second. We have black ducks, cormorants, which don't like to float because they can dive underwater to get their food upwards of 20 feet. So they don't want to be too buoyant. So they have to dry their feathers. They don't have a breeding gland as such. You have to dry their feathers in the breeze, in the sun, so you may see some shortly. We have ospreys, and we have the American bald eagle, as well as a huge bird with about a 7-foot wingspan, and that's the great blue heron.
Put a lot of trees down over here.
Yeah.
A beautiful yellow flower.
And here we come to some populated areas. This is Deep River. And Deep River, they used to build clipper ships here back in the day. This is where you will make your boat connection at Deep River. And the closest steam train boat connection to where you are right now in Deep River is Skagway, Alaska. So you have picked a very unique venue to spend your day trip. I was talking about cormorants before. You can see there's quite a few of them there. Those are the darker birds. And they're drying their feathers. Sometimes they have their wings and they flap them to speed up the process of drying, because that's the only way they can float, is with dry feathers. And they don't float very well. Only their head and neck are visible above the water. You see why you were asked to keep your heads and hands out of the window. You see how close that train is to us as we're moving? So this is Deep River. This is where the boat connection is. And when we get back here, you'll see the boat. Becky Thatcher. Now this is our Connecticut River, and that's an island over there. That's not the other side. That's an island. And the word Connecticut, from which our state gets its name, Comes from the Algonquin word Connecticut, which means long tidal river. It's 408 miles long. It's longer than the Hudson. Gets its start just below the Canadian border. And as we come to places that you can see upwards towards 1 o'clock, you'll see Gillette Castle up there. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock in our direction of travel. All right. This is our Connecticut River. It starts just below the Canadian border. Is the border between the states of New Hampshire and Vermont, bisects the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, bisects the state of Connecticut, and ends its journey in Long Island Sound. That's an off-spread going across the river there.
Leo, come on.
Very shortly we'll be crossing another border. It is Deep River. Okay? Those of us that haven't got there yet are in Deep River. Those of us that have and have crossed it are in Chester, Connecticut. You can go up to the castle as we go through there. Well, kind of in the way. And this is where Deep River gets its name. This little creek here.
That is deep.
It goes over there too. You can see the ducks on that side.
I saw seaweed.
So what?
I saw seaweed.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of seaweed up there.
Isn't that a lovely sound? Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. The only place you're going to find it is on a railroad like this, because the major railroads all have welded rail. These rail sections give us the short rail sections give us the clickety-clack. Take your earbuds out and listen. You're going to hear this very often. And this is Chester, and at 1 o'clock you'll see the castle's getting closer. Gillette Castle is getting closer at 1 o'clock. Those of you on the boat will see the castle a little bit closer, but it'll be a very low angle view. We have the best view. We have the best view of the castle. Mr. Gillette had nothing to do with men's faces. Mr. Gillette, William Gillette, was an actor, and he portrayed Sherlock Holmes. And he bought about 88 acres of land on the highest of the Seven Sisters and built himself a castle. There it is, you can see it. Okay, and he built himself a castle, and he finished it in 1919, so close to 100, a little over 100 years old. Wonderful view up there. It's a Connecticut State Park now because Mr. Gillette passed away in 1937. His wife predeceased him. They had no children, so everything went to the state of Connecticut. The grounds are open all year long from dawn to dusk. The castle's open normally during the warmer months and sometimes around Christmas time. used to have a little miniature train up there.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, he did. He had a
Engine has been restored.
Yeah, he used to have a miniature train that he would ride. He would bring people on, and he would scare all his guests because he'd have that thing going like 60 miles an hour or something like that.
Directly below it, the second oldest
I would be enjoying
continuously
that.
operating ferry. 1760.
Because I love trains.
Up the river, it's the oldest ferry in continuous operation. Between South Glastonbury and Rocky Hill, 1655. That's pretty old. Look out your window, get hot. You'll see the castle. In 1888, two Japanese brothers came to visit Mr. Shaw, and one stayed with him, and one went back to Japan, and he became renowned as the father of the Japanese Constitution. And furthermore, when he was mayor of Tokyo, he sent 3,020 cherry trees to Washington, D.C. And shortly, some of those seedlings are going to be coming up this way and being planted around the castle. It's come full circle.
Wow.
A young Japanese, a young man who left and who became famous in Japan and who sent all those beautiful cherry trees to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
Okay, back to Peter. Thank you, folks.
I got the mic back now. Hope you all enjoyed that little narration from Paul Lewis, our conductor.
Gotta be careful.
So who are we? Who are we?
We are from
We
Staten
have now reached the very northern end of our coach train
Yeah.
ride today.
Hi, how are you?
Our railroad
good.
does run an additional 4
Thank you.
miles to the north into the town of Haddam. Our very elegant Essex Clipper dinner train, which operates on weekends, May through October, and also on Friday evenings, June, July, and August, uses this additional track. If any one of you are looking for a special occasion, can't go wrong with the dinner train. Our dinner train is a very special experience and harkens back to the very elegant days of the 1920s. Your food is prepared fresh in the train's onboard kitchen and served piping hot to you aboard first-class dining cars built by the Pullman Company. Reservations are required and can be made on our website.
We'll need that.
In just a few moments, our steam locomotive will begin to push us back to Deep River Landing, where a riverboat will be docked and waiting your arrival. We ask that you please remain in your seats during our journey back. And please, continue to enjoy the sights and sounds of steam railroading.
Yeah.
That's always enjoying to hear.
What's that?
That's always enjoying to hear.
You always like that part when we go back? We can hardly go backwards.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we went on that car to go back to the thing and we were watching, we were like, you were right in front
Look
of
at that
us.
huge hornet's nest in that tree right
my
there.
God.
Oh wait, I put my hand out the window. I wasn't supposed to do that.
Sit down here or sit down there. You gotta sit, because this train can lurch, you could fall.
What's that little tutu?
Huh?
Where's the little tutu coming from?
It might be coming from the front car.
Because don't forget, we're coming back.
We're coming back. So the front car may have a whistle. I guess it does because it's hooting because.
Yeah, because the conductor said. See, this is why I want to be a train conductor or a train engineer. Because you could also get paid a lot for it if you do your job correctly. And if you're a conductor, you get to do that.
Well, that's if you're on a steam locomotive line. Depending upon it, but
Like, I want to do the big boy.
yeah, but
You'd
that's
have to work for Union Pacific.
I know.
That's in like Colorado.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, but it's so long.
But you could work for the MTA and drive the subway train, and then on your weekends go out and volunteer doing this. They don't pay you for this. This is all volunteer. You would need a real job before you could do this job.
Wait. But if I worked for the MTA, technically they would also want me for the bus.
For what?
The bus.
If you're a train engineer or a motorman,
You
you don't do the bus.
You don't go back and forth. You're
You're either a bus driver or a motorman.
Yeah. Leo,
You
turn
can
around.
start out as a bus driver
Leo,
and
turn
become a
around.
motorman.
Did that flash on you? Did that flash on you?
I'm still really ticked off about the motorman thing.
Huh?
I took that test and all my test scores for the motorman were thrown out because I didn't have my driver's license long enough.
I think you should go back
Then
and do it again.
I got the email about the civil exams coming up. The motorman was not one of them.
So, Matt, what you do is that you take what you can and then you move over.
They said that's the thing. None of this stuff was for the NTA.
What was it for?
Totally different jobs,
Like what?
like certified electrician and other things like that, and stuff that did not really pertain to the NTA.
I want to do like one of those train rides of where it's like of where they have like sleep cars for you guys.
Oh, you want to go and stay on the train and sleep on it?
Yeah.
Well, there is the one that takes you down to Florida,
Well, Amtrak does that.
but you have to go down to Washington D.C. They put your car on the train. You take your bag out of the car because you're not allowed to go to your car after they park it. And then you go on the train, and then you sleep on the train, and then you get up the next day. You're in Florida, and then you go back into your car, and you can travel around in Florida.
That would be fun to do.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
I wish one of us could go down to Florida and maintain the property down there until they decide what to do with it. But like, I'm not. As far as I know, you can't be under the age of. You can't be under a certain age and not hanging out in there, right?
You have to be 55. You are not old enough.
So I can now
Not too shabby.
I can now use Spotify as an alarm Spotify as an alarm, and with that, I can now use. Look,
So I'm still wearing them until 13, room 21, just due to.
fucking why?
They don't know.
Russia will say. Russia will cover it up. And they'll probably say it was somebody. It was a Ukrainian terrorist. They happen in Russia, right? They'll probably cover it up and say something, and say some bullshit, and try to use it to further their.
The fact that all the young men of
Yeah, if you're
conscription age,
yeah.
they're getting the hell out as long as they
yeah,
got
you
money.
can't leave. Yeah, the thing is, it's like, there's footage that's been leaked from like these new conscripts, and they're like, the one guy's like moaning and won't shut up, and like he's being
Yeah,
told,
I
it's
heard.
like, oh, you're in the military. It's like you're in the military now. You got to do this, and he's like, fuck you.
F you in English?
I don't know. I don't remember what he exactly said, but they were definitely saying that like this isn't the army. Like,
Look, you're in such an automobile.
crazy if there was a car in there.
I know this guy's pissed. He's like, yeah, okay.
My question is, what's the private event about?
Oh, they had
It's a trade show.
they had guys. They had one guy was selling really nice shirts and sweatshirts. One had a big camera.
I don't know why they let you in, because both times I tried to go in there and they kicked me out.
Well, I had my phone and I said, and I'm looking around. I couldn't find you guys. And I asked him if he was going to be there the whole day, and he said, yeah. Because I thought some of his t-shirts were really adorable. Well, why would you just have it like for nobody in there?
Well, that's
That
what I
makes
don't
no business
understand.
sense.
How are you going to have a private event and not let people in from doing the train excursions? You're denying half of the people. You're like denying a huge amount of people that will most likely want to buy the stuff you're selling.
Yeah, no.
Like, why is it a private event?
I think the reason why they kicked me out is because of the hat, and I had him.
Probably him.
Huh?
Well, they might have not wanted, maybe they felt like he was going to come in there and let you run rampant. People do think that we're not going to be responsible for you. There's a lot of parents, they just let their kids run around and they don't do responsible things, and that's not fair to people who are, they might break something that.
Yeah, there's a lot of parents that have. There's good parents that.
Little ducks lined up. They're so cute. They're all lined up.
Oh. Those must be the ones that need to dry off.
Cormorants if they're drying off.
Okay, so it says my Spotify. I can link my alarm clocks on my phone to my Spotify account. So So now I can wake up to the sounds of angry jazz.
Oh,
Can't sleep for that shit.
It's like little boat. What's that?
I don't see the boat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have stopped here at Riverside to allow our rear trainman to throw the switch to get us onto the platform at Deep River Landing. This is not our Riverboat connection at this time. Please remain in your seats. Thank you.
Is there?
Oh, you know what's going to be this Thursday?
Yeah.
Beer Club.
Yeah. Yeah, West Coast is coming.
Huh?
Wild East.
Wild East. I'm never gonna get it.
The first time we learned about that place, there was quite some time I would just kept calling it Wild Yeast, and I thought the name would make sense. You know, you use yeast to make beer. I thought the name made sense, and then I found out no, it's Wild East.
Man, you can put your own boat in there.
Yeah, you can drop your own. I forget what they call it when you do that with a boat.
It's called a landing, so you can put your boat into the water.
But what do you call it when you put your boat in the land when you go to the landing and drop your boat in?
I like the way that guy's steps go up and down.
launch.
Okay, the launch boat, okay.